Well, hello, you're welcome back. This is Eric of Gmodism, and today we are continuing with testing these submissions that will face the Gimle in its first time battle. Yes, indeed, this is Local Game Creator's Anti-Gimle. It doesn't have a very creative name, but it hopefully has some pretty creative tactics to be able to defeat the Gimle. This is the deco version. We have here one version with lots of laggy things and another version which is supposed to fight the Gimle in combat. But the general stats should of course be similar, so I can still show you. It is costing 1,800. No, 1.8 million. It doesn't have that many blocks, only 42,000, which is pretty low for a size of this ship. Length of 250 meters, and it's a pretty flat design, so that's what's keeping the blocks down. We can feel that this thing is insanely fast. Not insanely, but pretty fast. More fast than most things this size. Right, so here is a share we have spawned at. So before we check the systems, we will check the interiors of this thing. And I absolutely love this little setup here. This little pipe here. Some ammo barrels and stuff. Here we have an out of order little planning desk thing. And we come back out here. Now I don't really know how everything is set up, but we will be teleporting ourselves to the bridge of the ship, so we can check out interiors here. We're so cooked that everybody left. Oh well, I see. So it looks like the Anti-Gimle system, I can't pronounce. Anyways. It looks like the Anti-Gimle is not too hopeful on its ability to take this victory home. We shall see in a moment in combat, of course. This seems to be... oh wait, this is actually an exit, right? So here we can go and we have some... oh, that's a pretty big VLM system right there. So, what do we have in terms of systems? Here we have some smaller crams right there, and here we have some other crams right there, pretty big one with 160,000 health. That is more health than the Gimle's cram, so this is a cram build. Having crams like that is no joke. This thing looks absolutely mimicky and beautiful. It is a missile interceptor. It also has explosive warheads. I'm sad to tell you that warheads will not at all increase the strength of the interceptor, so that's just waste of stuff. Got some decorative guns on the side there. Here we have a shaped charged explosive remote guidance incendiary. All right. We can plant some explosions, fires I mean, within the Gimle. They are scary stuff. Here we instead have an APS system, so we have a combined APS cram system. AP frag with some incendiary. Well, that's so fun. I've been wanting to see some incendiary designs for sure. We also have a high explosive, a pure high explosive shell, which have proven to be pretty darn good against the Gimle in past battles. I don't remember the name of the ship though. Well, now we have a general understanding / outline on what type of ship this is. But we'll of course need to check the armor, so we're gonna do a left-right cut just to watch the beauty of it. We have so many custom jet engines. If you're wondering what's screaming like hellfire, that's that. Pretty strong ones too. Here we have some interior thrusters that don't have any exhaust ports. You can see that these Yeah, these are interior. They need to have exterior ports. You can see here that this thing needs to go out. They don't have a ventilation in the hull there. Well, that's very unfortunate to see, because that means a rule break, which is not very good. But this is, of course, the decorative version. So I'm gonna spawn in the combat version and see if that is issues that is persisting there. Oh damn! Unfortunately, those issues persist. I really want folks to like check the rules and actually double check their ships before sending in the last version. Otherwise, we have pretty sad situations like this. I of course want all ships to be able to participate that have been built and sent in for the purpose, but they also need to adhere to the rules. We are going to check the back front cot a little bit here, so we can see what type of armor we're dealing with. While I'm thinking what we are supposed to do with this situation. So we are having some stuff going on here. We have layers of wood. We have pretty thin armor here. We have pretty strong lasers here, it seems like, too, which is nice, which is EMP insulated and everything. So we seem to have a pretty standard simple armor design, very compact and stuff like that. All right, don't expect this every time, but I'm gonna be nice. I am going to remove the offending things here that make it not adhere to the rules, and we are going to run the battle anyways. So don't expect me being nice every time, because it depends on if I have time or not, but I'll try and remove all the interior thrusters I can see. So here we can see where it's done correctly. We have this, we have ducts and stuff, and they are letting out this thing here. You might think it's like a minor thing, but I don't know. That is the rules. I think it adds a lot that we're having ducts that actually go out of the ship, because otherwise we can make weird bricks like this. So this is obviously going into turret. That is not acceptable. So sorry, local game creator, or actually not sorry, please read the rules a little bit better next time. Or in case you think that I was a little bit unclear when I made the rules, please do help me how I can improve my formulation, so that the rules are not perceived as unclear. So let's see if I can find any more offending internal thrusters or propellers. Right, so I think that was it. Inside of here we got, well, these are fine here, looking good. So it has some auxiliary movement system, like these floaty little things here, which, oh, I know. Who would have not wanted them to be filled with some air pumps to make them actually float? Unfortunately, they lag so much that those are banned too. What's going on here? This is nothing I added, right? It's just word artifacts. Well, whatever. If this... now we removed some stuff from it, so of course it's going to be a little bit sadder, since we have some not allowed stuff in there. But hopefully this will still be able to fight a little bit, so we at least can have a little look at it. Better that than having it having the battle an unofficial battle, since we have kind of closed the submissions for unofficial battles anyways. Right, so we're going to get into battle, and if this for some reason anyways, despite removing a lot of illegal thrusters, is able to reach like the top of the tournament will probably need to have a deeper dive and check the systems here and see if things are needing to be removed. Anyways, everyone, this is a fair warning to anyone. Please check the rules. This time I was a little bit nice and fixed the vehicle myself, but normally a vehicle that does not adhere to the rules will be disqualified. Just to be clear, I just took up the rules here to just read them myself again to see if my formulation about this was unclear. And it says no cheese, so we have some examples of that, and one of the examples is no internal water propellers or azipods, and those are considered cheese tactics and are banned. So due to the context of the area, no cheese, like for example, using that as a loophole to switch out water propellers for jets and thinking that's suddenly okay, is obviously not what's meant by the rule, but possibly if that was an intentional tactics and a understanding of the rule, that is probably maybe where it could have been misinterpreted. But it says no cheese, and this is cheese, like internal water propellers, and that of course applies to thrusters as well, because that's as much cheese. Alright, enough with me being a boring, annoying rule farcist of some kind. Let's just get into the battle. The Anti-Gimle by Local Game Creator has been made legal. I hope, if I didn't miss anything. So we can now run the battle. I think the only problem is that the Anti-Gimle will now run at a slower speed than what was intended. None of the weapons have been affected, however, oh damn, oh darn. This is why I never recommend 1x1 meter necks, because there we have it again. This is why I never recommend 1x1 meter necks. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a living proof on why that's a lot of people are not agreeing with me on this. This is why I'm saying this is why I never recommend 1x1 meter turret necks, because sometimes you're really unlucky, and Local Game Creator was very unlucky here. We lost 2 main turrets early in the battle here, which is not good at all. That's 2 main turrets. We have almost lost so much of our firepower here. Oh man, that is seriously not going to go very well. Losing 2 turrets that early, I do not think that the Anti-Gimle would have had any chances. Even if we left the illegal thrusters, I don't think it would have helped much in this situation here. We have a serious weakness here by having 1x1 meter turrets, and they are so easily shot off by a stray fragment, which can be demonstrated here. And sorry if I'm sounding harsh or anything like that. It's no intention of mine of being unfriendly in any way, of course. It's just that we have to follow the rules. If we do not follow the rules, we can't have the battles. It's just not possible. We have to follow the rules that is set for this type of tournament. Otherwise, well, otherwise people will abuse it that are knowing what they're doing. This is probably a mistake, but a lot of people are really good at finding the metas of the game, and if we don't have rules, people that really know how to cheese things will abuse it. And if we let that happen, they will win every time. And it's gonna be very boring battles at that. Well, looks like the Anti-Gimle was pretty defeated the first little run here. Oh darn. Poor thing. Well, it's possible that the Anti-Gimle was very unlucky during the first bursts here. So we, as you saw, took out 2 turrets. The Gimle shot off 2 turrets of the poor Anti-Gimle, so she basically lost half of its firepower. Which probably makes her very sad. So let's look at that again and see if we have the same results. Okay, I may be crazy, but I've decided that that went so fast. So the next battle will actually be 2 Anti-Gimles against the Gimle. As we have modified the Anti-Gimles to adhere to our rules, we'll spawn 2 of them and see if that changes the tide of battle enough for us to have a very super interesting fight. So here we can see we have some lamps popping in there. And one thing I have to say, if local game creator, if you're feeling I'm too harsh on you, I will say this: you've made an absolutely beautiful looking ship. It looks great. Just needs to adhere to the rules. But it looks awesome. Anyways, we will be continuing to see this battle here. It seems that Team Gimle is not in the lead here. Look at that, we have flak to shoot at incoming stuff. Very interesting indeed. Now the Gimle's crams come in here and they do some serious damage. The Anti-Gimle is built with a pretty compact design, which is a way that a lot of people wanna build ships. Unfortunately, having non-bulky designs like that will leave crams to do a little too much damage. Oh, you know what I saw? I saw a APS cannon that does not have ammo ejectors or ejection defuses. When we're not having ejection defuses like this, you could see that insane chain reaction of the turret just blowing up. I think if we look here a little bit on this turret, it will blow up hard any second. We just need a fragment to hit the wrong spot and it's gonna go up in a big boom. We shall see. Depends if the Gimle decides to target that area. So that explains... Oh, there we had it. Did you see that? Did you see that? That was some insane damage. So it looks like it's not only the 1x1 turret neck that is at fault here. No, indeed not. It had some trouble there because the entire turret blew up because of not having ejection defuses or ejectors. If anyone perhaps is watching this, maybe a local game creator, I don't know, are you a new builder? If that's the case, I have tutorials on APS where you can learn how to build safe APS that has that ejection defuses and all the stuff like that that will make it not blow up when being shot. Which is a great way to improve the survivability of any ship. Yeah, so having 1x1 turret neck is of course really bad, but this time we can see that the Gimle got a lucky shot shooting off the cram last time, but the front turrets on both of the Anti-Gimles, they blew up entirely by themselves. That was no lucky struck by the Gimle. The only thing that was required was that anything inside the ammo got shot, and that meant the entire turret exploded. Probably the Arqueballista Invictus were able to shoot at a very important spot there, and that made the turret just explode. Here we can see we got some cram frags coming in there, And here we have all about luck. Will a cram shard hit the 1x1 turret neck or not? This time it did not. Now we had a little bit of an unfortunate collision there, but I did spawn them a bit apart, so... Whoops! We accidentally hopped on one of the Gimle's crams, so here we had that explosion there. So, let's follow these remote guided missiles with the shaped charges and see where they are landing. Oh damn. They're actually jumping down there. It's keeping the Gimle's lambs pretty busy indeed. Well, at least we are having a reason of having an anti-missile missile system at least, which is usually something we don't get to showcase, because that is not a lot of people didn't opt for missiles in the Gimle battles. Well, Team Gimle is indeed in the lead. The anti-Gimle dual spawns of the modified version, of course, are behind. And this is an official battle, because I thought it was so quick for them to die that I'm willing to take on this bet. I'm thinking, when I saw the first battle, I thought the Gimle will be able to defeat 2 of them. And that's a gamble that I'm willing to take for the interesting entertainment of it. So 92% of the Gimle, the lasers are lasing, missiles are popping in there. We seem to have a big explosion. So it's raining missiles. It looks like they are just having just too little fuel to reach all the way. So I would probably reformulate those missiles a little bit so that they reach longer, because it seems that they're not quite there to reach. Look, they pop into the water and the Gimle's anti-torpedo system starts to engage them. That's pretty funny. So here we have the streaks. Just softening them up so that the lamb will have a easier time to shoot them down when they come in. Of course, there are so many missiles that we're not able to take out all of them. Oh damn! One of the anti-Gimles is having a very bad day. And here we are, the next of the anti-Gimle. Oh, one of the anti-Gimles is below 55%. This one has to be the one that's not despawning right. This is probably 72%. We only have one active serious turret here and an auxiliary cram turret there. Well, it's looking like a pretty bad day for the anti-Gimle system. Even though we spawned 2 of them, the modified version, alas, it was not able to combat the Gimle. We shall see indeed. Ooh, blowing up some shells there. Well, we have confetti all over the place here. This one is so dead we don't need to care about it, and the Gimle's lasers should certainly not target it. It's just a waste of materials slash engine power, I mean. Well, 68%. Well, I can with high certainty say that the Gimle is defeating the LGC Anti-Gimle system by local game creator indeed. I think we're going to jump to a third little battle, and this time we are going to use the very nice looking LGC Anti-Gimle deco version instead, which is of course unmodified. So we're gonna use that and face against the Gimle and see how it does when it is in full glory, looks and everything. So that battle might run a little bit slower than this battle because we're going to max out the setting and get a cinematic looking battle instead to just see how the ship was intended to fight. Because, well, yeah, we can leave this battle. It's not doing damage anymore. I haven't seen it shoot. And the Gimle is at 90%, and it's like it's like 2% away from despawning. So 3, 2, 1, despawn territory, official win for the Gimle. Here we are inside of the game with maxed settings with decorative Anti-Gimle. So let's see how the Anti-Gimle would do with its decoration. Excuse any stutterings if we're having any, because even though I upgraded the system, I don't know if it's going to be good enough. It's also a Lenovo laptop, and Lenovo is absolutely crap. Anyways, let us continue here and see if we can see... Oh, stutter is getting in here. The Anti-Gimle is at 99% and the Gimle is at 90%. So, looks like the Anti-Gimle, thanks to a lot of jet engines, is able to get over to the Gimle's weaker side, which is of course going to make it have a lot better chance of beating the Gimle. The golden hull is looking pretty as always. Watching out too. The Anti-Gimle deco system here. Wait, what? That's the air intakes, of course, yes. Only if the exhausts would also be nicely made, because that's the important thing. So, let us see here. The Anti-Gimle has actually been able to move over to Gimle's weaker side. It unfortunately lost one of the main cram cannons. Oh no. Oh no. It's running away. If it doesn't turn around towards the Gimle soon, it will start collecting penalty points. Ooh. We got a bad hit in the back here with some big cram cannons. Oh no! More cram cannons is popping in there. The Gimle may be on its weaker side, of course, but the cram cannons still work perfectly fine, together with two of three lasers. Oh no. It's moving away a bit. Come on, it needs to turn around. If it doesn't turn around, it's gonna collect penalty points for being too far away. Well, we'll see how these shells are popping. Couldn't see that because of the cloud, but seems that the... they're starting fires here, look at that. The Gimle has some interior armor there by wood, for example, so we have some internal armor. That is caught fire. Bad time. Well, the Gimle's meaty turrets and thick necks are probably going to deal with that with not too much of a problem, I would suspect. Gimle is at 93%, so with its intended speed, I don't know what's exactly different with the deco version, of course, more than having lights and stuff like that. And of course it's engines and movability and stuff like that, so I don't know if it's more is different than that, but we shall see indeed. Look at that, here we have some crams popping in there. Will the lambs be able to... Ooh, that's a bad hit. Is that hollow point? I think it may be. seems like an arquebalista has... Oh, that's getting stuck, of course it is. This arquebalista is hurt as well. The Gimle is now backing up to try and target it. Oh, damn. The Anti-Gimle has in the meantime been sinking instead. So, we have actually reached despawn territory. I think that perhaps one of the main AIs may be damaged. Well, that will indeed tell us that even if the original sent-in setup by the Anti-Gimle would have been working fine, even if that was the case, that all the rules were okay and all that, I do not think that the original formulation of the Anti-Gimle would have had much a chance against the Gimle. Anyways. Well, indeed. Cool to know. I just wanna say huge thanks to our commissioned officers in the army of Gmodism who is supporting us every month. Commodore Owen and our lieutenants Anto, Cravey, Parbagreed, Vincent Veritas and Scoobrocks. Thanks a lot for your continuous support. And with that said, thanks to Local Game Creator for sending in this beautiful build. However, it broke the rules, so it will be disqualified from further participation, but it was fun to see this battle anyways. And yeah, the Gimle got a win on this one too, but we have a lot of strong contestants that is coming up as well. Also, to anyone who like Local Game Creator and any other who may not know how to properly build APS turrets yet, please check out my APS tutorials and you'll know how to make your turrets never blow up. That's a really smart thing to do if you want to have things that survive for a really long time. In any case, I will want to say this also. The biggest thing you can probably do to help this channel, aside from liking the videos and stuff like that, is to subscribe to my other channels, the Relaxism channel and the Gmodist channel. Because I need to reach 1,000 subscribers on both of those channels, otherwise YouTube will steal all the revenue those channels make. It's very minor, of course, since they're pretty small, but I can't get over the fact that YouTube is getting all of that. It makes me sad. And you can help me with that, which would be nice. Also, huge thanks to the around 10 to 20 people who have already subscribed to those channels, because I saw the numbers going up 10 to 20-ish. I would suspect is from the Gmodism channel, to the Gmodist and Relaxism last time I asked. So thanks huge if you have already subscribed to those channels. And if you haven't, that's something you can do that will make me very happy. On the Gmodist channel you of course have the 24/7 FTD combat that you'll just have to check out if you haven't already. This is your host Eric and we're signing out.